Hi! Today I'm so excited to help Neat and Tangled celebrate their 6th birthday. Danielle has come out with some really lovely and super versatile stamps and dies for this birthday release. For today's video, I've created a shaker tag using the new floral frame, Thanks So Much, and Build-A-Tag dies. I will combine these new products with 2 different coloring mediums to get lots of quick dimension on those pretty flowers. So let's get started with the details. I started by die cutting and heat embossing several of the individual flowers from the floral frame stamp set, then using my Daniel Smith paints to add some simple color washes. I normally would tape my images to a cutting board, but I wasn't planning to fuss with super detailed watercoloring, because after laying down the initial layer of color, I'll be adding more shading detail with my Polychromos pencils. I used nickel azo yellow and raw sienna from the Daniel Smith line on my flowers, then painted the foliage with green apatite. I'm not too concerned about getting shading absolutely perfect because I'm going to be adding more depth with my Polychromos pencils. This is a quick and easy way to add a little extra pop-up shading to your coloring. A quick wash of color first allows you to spend less time fussing over your perfect shading because that base layer of color does a lot of the work for you. I'm simply laying down some concentrated color towards the center of my flower where the petal connects to the center, then pulling the color out with my clean, damp paintbrush. Here are the flowers with the first layer of watercolor. Simple, pretty, but not much depth. We're going to fix that in a moment with some quick pencil shading. After I had finished the watercoloring and allowed my images to dry, I used my Polychromos pencils in shades of dark mustard to add some extra shadows and dimension to the petals of my flowers and my foliage. I started by adding the darker of the 2 pencils first, where the top petals overlap with the petals beneath, then blending the darker pencil out with a shade of yellow similar to the watercolor wash already added to the images. Using the color similar to the watercolored yellow allows for a smooth blend of pencil to watercolor. I love the extra little pop of detail this technique adds to the images. To assemble my shaker tag, I used the new Build-A-Tag dies to cut the large tag image twice, once from a plum purple cardstock and once from some lovely mustard colored cardstock. I used the circle die included in the die set to cut a circle from the center of the mustard cardstock, then backed that piece with some acetate for my shaker front. To create a good seal on my shaker window, the easiest way that I've found is to cut one long strip of foam adhesive, then make very small partial cuts all the way down the line. These partial cuts allow the foam tape the flexibility to curve around the shaped shaker window easily, while also maintaining a good seal so that none of the shaker goodies fall out from the center. I add plenty more foam adhesive to the rest of the tag front, making sure to add lots for good dimensional coverage. I also adhered the extra die-cut pieces included in the Build-A-Tag set, creating a little topper and a hole reinforcer cut from plum and silver glitter cardstocks. For the greeting, I heat embossed my greeting on the purple tag from the new Thanks So Much set, which fit perfectly inside the circle. To ensure the correct placement, I placed my tag top inside my MISTI, set my sentiment in the appropriate spot on top of the shaker window, then closed the door of my MISTI and replaced the shaker top with the shaker bottom. I white embossed sentiment to make sure that it really popped on that dark plum cardstock. After that, it was time to put all of the pieces together. Danielle has an adorable sequin mix just for the birthday celebration, but I pulled out the blue sequins to focus on the purple, yellow, and pink colors that matched the color scheme of my tag so nicely. I added those to the center of my shaker, then adhered the top. For my flowers, I arranged them in the top corner in a nice little cluster, then used some Post-it tape to pick them up and add foam adhesive to the back while they were still in their carefully arranged bouquet. I adhered that to the top of the tag with foam adhesive, adding a few little leaves with liquid adhesive, as well as a little leaf sprig to the bottom of the opposite corner for some nice visual flow. The final step was to add some twine and a bow to officially make it a tag. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this video on how to get some quick dimension to your watercolored projects. I'm so excited to combine my mediums as a great way to get extra mileage from my coloring supplies and a quick way to get lots of depth and dimension on my colored projects. A special congratulations to Danielle on Neat and Tangled's 6th birthday. Thanks so much for watching, and if you liked this video, please be sure to visit my blog at emilymidgett.com.